Okay, I should set a timer. So when last I left off, I realised I'd read the instructions wrong. And the program needs to be able to get a user input, which is instead of where I've said store. This function can stay because we'll probably still use it. But that's not the whole story. We need to be able to get user input. So that's easy enough. Get input will take a self, and it's going to return a string. It's going to return a result string. And it's boxed in error for now. Okay. What I want to do, what I kind of want to do, is have like a input fun, which is going to be a fun that takes nothing and returns a result string. What's an error? Something like that. I can do where in a struct. Yes, you can, and it's my struct t where Okay, it's going to go b before where f is a function that does that, and cool. And now we've got a whole bunch of, actually, let's make it an option f, because that's just going to make input fun is none. That's going to make things a bit easier for now, and import this where f is that, and let's move that down there. Do I like that? I think that should be tabbed in. Yeah, in fact I'm going to put that on the end. There we go. Not great, but oh well. Missing a generic, incom on f. What don't you like? Expected a result string. Found nothing. Right, okay, sure. And then this is just going to be self input fun. That returns exactly the type we want, but how is there not? Right, maybe this is why I need the as ref. No. Let's just build that and see what it says. Make sure that's the same. Oh, because it's a field, not a method. Right. And it's also an option. So match self input fun, and if it is some f, then we call it, and otherwise we are going to return. This is and this function call is going to return that type. In the case of nothing, I don't actually want an error. I just want a default. Let's just say for now it's going to return 1. Let's say for now it's going to return OK 1. There we go. This is really quite disgusting, but hopefully it means that later on, and let's give it a none. But later on, I should probably have defined a type for this. Boxed in error. Have I got the right number of things? Do you need to be aware? What don't you like about F? A trait with a similar name exists. What did I call it? Oh, you're in the wrong place. So this function is generic over F. Expected that, but got a unit type. Y. Oh, that's why. When did I add that semicolon? That was weird. And now a whole bunch of errors popping up. Because these all need to be generic. No, okay, no, this is... so the thing is, I have a suspicion I might need a different function for part 1 and part 2. So I think actually what I do is get rid of all of that because I can't be bothered to type it. That kind of does feel like it's the right way to go though. I can't be bothered to type this all out. Should take us basically back to where we were, except you don't exist anymore. You don't exist anymore. And you don't exist anymore. And I'm just going to have to give it a function that does not need to be here in the impl, so we just have a function get user input. Takes nothing, returns a result, string boxed in error. is like one of the first things that you do. I probably should. You know what? Let's see how it does. How do I get user input from the terminal? No question mark. Standard IO, read line. Revenue input. Input is string new. IO, standard in, right, read line. Okay, fine. Yeah, that probably works. Let's try and see. And I need to use standard IO. Up here. I mean, I guess the fastest way is if it tells me it exists. That is the example in the docs. So that's fine. Cool. I've become lazy. I've become the thing I sought to destroy. We're going to read line, return the result, and otherwise, okay, input trim. What are you going to do? Get rid of trailing leading white space to string. Fine. So, parse param? No, it's run instruction. There we go. So, if the instruction is of type store, let input equal get user input, and this function does not return an error. So I'm going to do the classic advent of code thing and just expect it. Then we're going to store. We need to change the parameter, so I do need to change parse instruction. And the value we're going to store is going to be user input, which is already a string. Just input. So that's fine. This means tests are going to fail. And parse next instruction for opcode 3 means that parameter B doesn't exist. I don't need parameter A or B, but you are 1. Inputs is empty, and the store location is parameter A. And this function is going to fail. Sorry, this test is going to fail. Do I never use C mode? No, I do never use C mode because it's always going to be 1. I'm going to comment that out for now, just in case it becomes useful later. Part 1. And you will fix that later. Okay, parsing store failed. Can function gets user input. Basically, can you hijack? No, no, no. I thought I clicked not interested. Fancy injection for tests. Traits. Yeah, fuck it. No test. It's advent code. This is already like instruction parsing store. Wait, why is that one failing? That one should be fine. Oh, because... Yeah, it shouldn't be inputs vec33 and store location 3. It should be store location 4 and an empty vec. So instruction parsing store should not pass. The instruction pointer will only move on by 2. Okay, and did I not have a test for store anyway? Test run, add, multiply, test run, store. I did. Well, that shouldn't be working. At all. Presumably, because in run instruction, if it's a store, put the store location on the input. Well, this is not good. Oh, hello. Test run store. Okay, right. Oh, is it waiting for user input? Yes, it was. Ah. Okay. I mean, I don't want that test to do anything anymore. Parsing is fine. Because I don't want to have to remember to do user input every time I run tests. But at some point I might go back and fix this. I won't. Right, cool. I think this might be ready to run. That's quite scary. So I guess let's just let it word. We're going to have to do a bunch of pubs. So from string is going to be public. Struct intcom is going to be public. Now this just makes the struct public. It does not make its fields public. Okay. I don't think there are any of these fields we need. Ah, output store. We need output store. Yeah. Or you could do a public getter for output store. But that's fine. Don't need parameters. Don't need instruction. So, program string is string, and then we create a new int comp, which I need to use. Create int comp. Okay. That function doesn't exist, and it doesn't need to exist. That said, what did I call? This is just run program. Tempted to put a print line in here, but that's just going to spam things, so maybe not for now. What did I call it? That needs to be public. Intcomp.run program. And then what's the output actually going to be? Oh, I think first off, let's just print it and see what happens. My keyboard is in the wrong. There we go. So that colon question mark says print in debug mode, which is the only way we can... no, don't want memory, I want output store. And so I think I'm expecting a whole bunch of zeros, and then a number, and that number is the answer to part 1. Right, well that's not worked. This is the output here. Okay. Okay, so we ran 40 instructions and proceeded to put absolutely zero anything in the memory store. So we will only put stuff in the output store if we get a... oh, does it need to be... when do we put stuff in the output store? Okay, yeah, so if we get an opcode 4, that needs to put something in the output store. So 3, 0 is going to put a value here. 4, 0 is going to read it to the output store, and then 99 will terminate. So, let's see if we are loading value at position. Position is lock. So it looks like we never encounter an instruction to do a load, which explains why there's nothing in the input. So presumably par's next instruction is failing. I tell you what, let's do print line in current instruction, and I don't want any of that, thank you very much. I don't have value. Instruction pointer has already been moved by the time we get here. Well, okay, no, I suppose that will work. Save it. Yes, this is a problem. From string is taking a program string. Is from string, is that splitting on commas? Yes, it is. And we're definitely going to date. That's better. Right, but that shouldn't be a 3. It should be a 0 if it hasn't failed. I think. Let's go back. Let's see. So, test diagnostic. Provide it 1. It then performs a series of diagnostic tests, confirming that various parts of the INCO computer, like parameter modes, function correctly. Each test it will run an output instruction indicating how far the result of the test was from the expected value. 0 means the test was successful. Non-zero outputs mean a function is not working correctly. Check the instructions that were run before the output instruction to see which one failed. Finally, it outputs a diagnostic code. So, mostly zeros, and we're 3 away on this. Let's get rid of... well, actually, I can... that might be a problem, because instruction 6 doesn't exist. It's possible I'm pulling up the wrong bit of memory. In fact, yeah, I think the instruction pointer is just direct. Let's double check that. This won't change anything. Yeah, and there was a 99 there. That looks healthier. So we are looking for the instructions being run before the first 4. So there's the first 4. Goodness me, that's gone past quickly. Nothing like debugging with print line. Enter input 1, instruction count current instruction is 3. Okay, which is going to be take a user input. It's going to then do an add. Then it's going to do another add. I think those are adds. I think one is add. Possibly worth double checking. One is an add. I think I might need to start debugging this. Well, I mean, the encode computer works, it just doesn't work completely. There is a bug somewhere. That is the right place to do it. Start debugging. You're going to ask me for input? No. We've just jumped straight here. That should not have happened. How have we got here? I should really learn to use LDB. Instruction is 3. Oh, yeah, we're here because we simply haven't actually got to that instruction yet. So if I do this, it's going to... Don't care about you. It's going to try and get user input. Okay, right, we have an instruction of 1. So we can step over and it's going to match on 1. Instruction of 1. Yes, we have an instruction of 1. And the instruction pointer should be 2. Three. Should it be 3? It's going to start at 0, and when it stores, it should only jump up by 2. But then we instantly increment it when we get into here. So actually, yes, it should be 3. That's fine. The timer's gone off. I should really stop the stream. Let's take a look at the parameters. So param A is ridiculous. What's A mode? A mode is 0. I think I should have gone in and checked what parse param is doing. Because there's no way, I mean, I don't think there's any way that should be here. So mode is already complete bollocks. So I actually want to go here. Well, opcode was 3. And so there's some... So, opcode is 1. That is correct. Instruction is 1. A mode is going to be 1 divided by 100, which is 0. Mod 10, which is still 0. Okay, so A mode is now correctly 0. That's fine. So we match opcode. Opcode is 1. Param A okay, this was just a debugging thing. So locally mode is 0. That's fine. R is if mode is 0, which it is param location is 225. So we've jumped over those. And it shouldn't really be showing the input steps, but that is correct. It's 225. And it has no leading values, which means they are zeros, which means it's in position mode. So it's looking for the thing stored at address 255. And the thing stored at address 255, we got an R, is 1. Was it 255 or was it 225? It was 225. Value is 1. So far, so good. So param A should be 1. And yet it is not. Why is param A this is most peculiar. Let's just step in and make sure it's actually to back. So next, let's have a look, is an add. It's adding 1 and 1100. So somehow those values have gone in correctly, and it's going to store it in 6. Don't need you. It's going to add whatever's in value 255 to whatever is in position 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, and store it in position 6. So it should end up being 1101 in position 6. So memory, position 6 is 1101. So that is correct. I have to do some other work here. But I need to stop this stream now. Achieved nothing again. Excellent.